Hey guys, Coach Dave here with Megan. We're going to go through the warm-up that you're going to use each time you do a workout for us. We want to make sure we do a warm-up every single time before a workout. Make sure our body doesn't get injured, but also to prime our bodies for that workout of the day. First thing we're going to start with is jumping jacks. Megan here is going to demonstrate our jumping jack by executing her hands overhead while her feet are spread apart. The bottom of her hands will come down, touch your thighs as her feet come together. Okay, we want to do 20 of those. If this jumping motion is too much for you though, we want to scale it by just stepping out 1 foot at a time as your hands go overhead. You'll still bring your hands together by your thighs and your feet together at the same time, but you'll step out, alternate feet every single rep. Alright, the next movement in our warm-up is going to be mountain climbers. We're going to do 10 of these. Megan's going to demonstrate by getting into the plank position. Hands are underneath her shoulders, feet are touching the ground in the back, and she's got a nice straight body. From here, she's going to drive up one of her feet as far as she can. Ideally, she's getting it right as far as her hand. She'll bring that foot back, and then alternate on the other side. Okay, nice and controlled. Every time she drives her foot up, she's going to drive her hip to the ground and give it a good stretch. If this is too far, you can't make it as far as Megan is here, we're just going to ask you to drive up as high as you can, ideally underneath your chest or underneath your sternum each time. And you're going to alternate. Alright, the last movement in your warm-up is going to be burpees, and we're going to do 5 of these. Megan's going to start standing. From here, she's going to initiate the burpee by dropping her hands down to the floor, shooting her feet back behind her in the plank position, dropping all the way to the floor until her chest and thighs touch the ground. Coming back up, she's going to press away from the floor, shoot her feet back underneath her body, stand, jump, and clap overhead. You want to make sure you're jumping and clapping overhead. If that burpee is too difficult for you, you can scale that overhead by slowing down the movement. She's going to drop her hands to the floor, shoot 1 foot back at a time, then the other. Again, drop down, she's going to work her way back up, and bring the foot together, stand, and just clap. No jump necessary. You pick what's right. We're going to do 3 rounds of that. 20 jumping jacks, 10 mountain climbers, and 5 burpees. Take your time. It should be a conversational pace. Just trying to get a good warm-up, get your blood moving, and get your heart. Okay guys, after you've done 3 rounds of jumping jacks, mountain climbers, and burpees, we're going to have you do a couple stretches. The first one is called the Sanson stretch. In this stretch, what I want you to do is do a nice long lunge. Okay? When you do this lunge, make sure your feet are in line with each other, and then you've got some space between your feet. In this lunge, I'm going to drop my back knee to the ground in control. From here, I'm going to reach up nice and high, and I'm going to hold this stretch by driving forward my hip and reaching up towards the ceiling as high as I can. This becomes fairly easy for you. You increase the difficulty by keeping your knee back and knee off the ground. I want you to hold this stretch for at least 30 seconds. If you can hold it for a minute, awesome. Once you've held it for a minute, make sure you switch legs and do it on the other side. Okay, the next stretch we're going to do is called pass-throughs, and the other one is called halos. They're both going to involve a PVC pipe. I would imagine that a lot of you guys don't have one of these at home, so go ahead and grab a broom, a mop, a large, long piece of rope, or even like a beach towel. You have to be able to grip it nice and wide. So I want you to start off with a wide grip. Elbows should be locked out, nice straight arms, and you're going to want to maintain straight arms throughout this entire movement. Starting from here, you're going to drive the bar, the PVC pipe up overhead. Shrug your shoulders as you pass it over your head, all the way down to your back. Then, pass it all the way over your head again, all the way down to your front. And that's 1. I want you to do that 10 times. Every couple of times you go back and forth, you're going to inch your hands in just a little bit to give yourself a good stretch. Once you've done 10 of those, we're going to try 10 halos. Halo is similar. Again, start off with a wide grip. You're going to drop one hand and raise the other one until the bar looks vertical like this. You're then going to pass the bar around the side of your body all the way down to your back. Repeat on the opposite side to bring the bar back to the front. If you're going around counterclockwise, change directions and go around clockwise for 5 revolutions. You should do 10 of those halos as well. Okay guys, the last part of this warm-up we're going to have you do every single time is what I like to call a squat hold. I want you to get down to a squat and hold it for as long as you possibly can, up to 90 seconds. Alright? The goal here is to maintain proper position at the bottom of the squat. So what we're going to do is sit your hips back, bend those knees. Ideally, your chest stays nice and high. Your hip crease is below the top level of your knee. And your feet stay nice and flat. Okay, we're going to hold this position as long as you can. If you have difficulty getting into this position while maintaining all those different points, come up a little higher and maintain a parallel squat or above a parallel squat. I want you to try and maintain it as long as you can. If it's only 10 seconds, that's fine. Baby steps, okay? We're going to get there. 90 seconds is the goal. Alright, again, if you're down here, drive those knees out. Keep your hands out in front of you for balance, and keep those feet nice and flat. Good luck.